How's it going, everyone? It's Sam. I'm not going to do the whole intro thing. Just know there are 5 different pieces of information that we need to talk about, and we're going to hit on them pretty quickly. So number 1, jobs report came in today better than expected. One of those times that good news is bad news is good news. The fact is it came in higher than expected, still lower than it's been over the last 13 months, but it still shows that the Fed is less likely to raise rates less aggressively in the future. So they're still going to raise, assuming the economy looks good, because they need to curb inflation. Now, with that being said, we also had a global research leader say that the 5 signs that we're heading towards recession have all been hit, and we should brace ourselves. Now, this is weird because obviously the stock market bottomed a few weeks ago. The crypto market bottomed as well. So why are we still looking as good as we are when we're headed towards a recession? Well, I think you have to remember there are a couple different things that the stock market likes to do. First of all, they like to price things in ahead of time. Second of all, they like to figure out the probabilities of what's going to happen going forward. So if there's a 50% chance we fall 40% in the stock market, well, we're down 20% right now, so it's pricing it in already. There's still a 50% chance we could head lower. There's a 50% chance we could head back to where we were just a few months ago. So that's something to consider, right? The market wants to price things in ahead of time, and it tries to price in the probabilities. Now, we also got Elon Musk saying that we were heading towards some kind of recession, or he was fearful of the economy. He's essentially freezing all new hires at Tesla and laying off 10% of their workforce. Now, this comes right after he was kind of savage 48 hours ago, saying that anyone that doesn't want to return to office, they'll take it as that you're quitting. So pretty funny in a way, but it does make you be a little bit cautious, right, when you hear Elon Musk being that fearful of the economy and what's going to happen moving forward. Now, I think the key is sometimes companies like this do it because they're actually fearful. Sometimes they're just trying to make sure that they don't have extra waste. Sometimes they use this as a good excuse to get rid of the worst employees. So which is it going forward? Because Elon, we know, likes to keep things lean and mean and make sure that everyone is working at peak capacity. So I wouldn't be surprised if he was using this just as a way to get rid of the worst employees. I could always be wrong, but I think that is something to consider. Now, I think he does think that the economy is going to be worse going forward, but it kind of has to be, right? Just for us to curb inflation. Now, a lot of that is priced in, as we talked about. We also got some news coming over, and this is pretty funny. We got some news from New York. They're trying to ban proof of work mining. Now, that's not the funny part. The funny part is the AG saying that we have to be careful because cryptocurrencies are risky. Investors are losing tens or hundreds of billions of dollars in crypto, which is funny because investors are losing trillions, if not tens of trillions of dollars in the stock market, right? Good quality companies are dropping 25-30% in a day. Netflix, PayPal, Facebook, all these companies have been hit so hard, and no one is warning us about those, right? Just something interesting. And of course, you have to do your own research. There's risk in cryptocurrencies, but there's risk wherever you invest. So just keep that in mind. Now, the last thing I want to talk about, yesterday, we had Microsoft downwards revise or say that they weren't going to be able to hit the numbers that they were expecting in Q4. We've had a couple companies do this. We've had a couple companies freeze hiring. So little pieces like that, little pieces of news are coming up all the time and causing stocks to drop. Even when we had such a green day yesterday, Microsoft was down on this news, I believe. So always have some money on the sidelines. Just be careful. Be ready for more dips in the future. But remember, the market likes to price in ahead of time. So in my opinion, I think it makes sense to dollar cost average, because by the time that we're at the worst point economically, the stock market has probably already started to bounce. Now, always do your own research. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.